everybody, this is John from PhoneDog.com, and today I'm taking a look at an Android app called dxTop. At least I think that's how it's pronounced. It's dxTop, and it's a paid app from the market. And what it does is adds another window to your home screen. You know how you have basically 3 panels for your home screen that you can swipe back and forth between? Well, if you've ever seen any of my Android app reviews, you know mine are chock full of icons. So this one provides another window where you can sweep down and get that. It also provides some sort of widget platform, which is really interesting to me, and I've only found a few available in the market so far, but they work well, and I hope there's a lot more coming, so let's check it out.
Okay, so let's see if I can find the right level to speak at here, loud enough so you can hear me, but not so loud that I cause audio clipping and those pops that you hear. That's been my primary challenge with the cave cam light shelter that I have going on here. Now, the first thing I wanted to show you, I started just before turning on the camera here with a fresh boot. I wanted to make sure that there was nothing running in the background, and as soon as I let the screen sleep like that, and then I came back in with my code, I got this error message. And I've seen this a couple times now for dxTop, and that one's kind of frustrating. I'm not sure why it does that, but I don't know if you can see this, but it does have kind of a fail-safe. It knows that it ran into a problem. It doesn't want you to be stuck on installing it as your only resort to fix the issue. So my two options here, I don't think you can see those on the buttons. It says continue launching dxTop for boot or launch the default home interface. So I'm going to continue with dxTop, and I've seen this quite a few times where I'm waiting for the icons to load. So, you know, this app is far from perfect, but it is really nice, and it actually has fewer bugs than most of the apps I see in the market, despite the way I started this review here. I wanted to get the dirty stuff out of the way first. So the first thing you'll notice is that instead of one tab at the bottom here, you have 2. And it took me a little bit to figure this out, but what it is the one on the right is your currently running apps. So instead of holding down the home key like you used to do, which you can still do, I'll show you here, no recent applications, but instead of having to do that, you got this handy little tab here. You'll notice kind of a weird graphic behavior when you want to toss an icon, because then it goes back to 1. So it's fairly smooth. You can see they kind of get chopped in half there. So then under here you've got all your normal applications. What we're all used to is having 3 panels, one on either side of this home screen here. So if you sweep to the right, you see 1. But now that I have dxTop installed, watch what happens when I sweep to the left. Okay, so now in order to get to what's my default home screen, the one that you see when you first turn on your phone, I need to go up. So that's always at the top. If I go to the left, I see my left panel. If I go to the right, I see my right panel. If I go down, I now have a new panel. And what is really cool about dxTop is that it provides for a new widget platform. And these are pretty cool from what I've seen so far. You can see right here I've got my free memory running, the resources there, and it's very slowly moving along here. A chart telling me how much memory is being used, or a graph I should say. I also have this widget down here, search yubnub, which you use a code for any site you want to search. Like you could type IMDb Tom Hanks, and it's going to search for IMDb Tom Hanks entry. There are some other ones that I was less impressed with. For instance, the note-taking application. That one basically just sits up in the corner, right up against the notification bar and the edge of your screen. So it's kind of off-center. It doesn't look real nice. And then I also had problems when I was opening up the keyboard to edit the notes. I would type what I wanted to type, I would close it, and then it would either not remember the text or it would lock up the dxTop. So I would say stay away from that one. Let me see what else I've got here. Actually, you know what I'll do? Oh, I forgot to show you. Now that I'm scrolled down to the new home screen, going back up takes me to my default home screen. Didn't mean to do that. But going left or right gives me the left and right panels from my default home screen. So it does take some getting used to, because I'm used to swiping, 2 screens to the left, 2 screens to the right. You don't do that anymore. It's left screen, right screen, top screen, and bottom screen, no matter where you are. If I'm on my right screen, I can't scroll any further to the right. That goes for all directions. But basically, you just keep in mind you have up, down, left, right now. So that's a really handy addition. At first I was kind of skeptical about it. It's $4.99 in the market, and it seemed like a bit much to me. After using it for a while, I absolutely love it. And if you've watched my Android reviews, you know I always have my screen full of icons. And I used to have them full of the icons that I wanted, organized how I wanted them, like, productivity, talking to friends, social network, stuff like that. My main screen where I have all of my most frequently used items. This screen, which is mostly media and internet and location-based stuff. Well, I started swapping those icons out and filling up my screen with apps that I was getting ready to review, and I would leave them there as a kind of reminder to myself. Well, now I don't really have to do that anymore. I have so much more space. I could use this entire bottom window as a list of apps to review. Most of you probably wouldn't want it for that, but here's what I've been using it for since I downloaded last night. This is what I consider to be like phone utilities. So I have, file browsing, uninstalling apps, my settings, analyzing my call habits, getting self-help, which is like, remaining minutes, things like that, backing up my apps and the data within them, unit conversion, translations, things like that. So it's a whole new panel for categorized applications, which is pretty neat. So I'm going to go to the market now and do a search for dxTop just to show you what's available, because if you want a new widget for dxTop, that's the quickest way to find one, because it will say dxTop required in the description. Okay, well, my wife just hung up on me with her Bluetooth there. Happens almost every day. So one of these was free. I think the Wikipedia search bar. Wait, no, that was 99 cents. One of these is free. I guess you can't see it. Figure out where I was at. Oh yeah, I was going to check and see if I could tell what price a purchased app was. It doesn't look like it. I could do an uninstall and refund within the first 30 days. Well, I didn't like the posted notes, so maybe we can do that one. This will be my first uninstall as well. Huh. Okay, well, I'm not going to uninstall it. I wonder why it does that. This is all that's available right now as far as the widgets go, just 4. But it's a good start, and I like the functionality that the ones I have given me, especially the free memory. That thing is cool. Being a Linux user, I'm used to seeing live statistics updated all the time on my desktop. I don't know if Mac and Windows, I'm sure there's something that can do that with the dashboard and the Vista sidebar. But I'm familiar with using Conky or gkremlin. There's a couple others that do that as well, screenlets and adesklets and gdesklets and whatnot. That's dxTop or dxTop, however it's supposed to be said. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 panels now for your home screen, and a new platform for these widgets, which can be moved around however you like. So that's pretty cool. I like it.
Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned to phonedog.com for all kinds of app reviews and other cell-related news. Right now we have a contest. It's called the One-Pod Bandit. Like a one-armed bandit at a casino. Get the spinning wheels there. Well, we're giving away iPod Touches, but there's going to be several other devices coming up real soon here. So if you go to phonedog.com, there's a link at the very top of the page right now. If that's gone by the time you get there, click on Win, and that will take you to the One-Pod Bandit. Check it out.